Hello, hello, hello! It's Father Aaron, the Dungeon Minister. And welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. Let's see. Make sure everything is going coherent here on my little monitor. Looks good. Looks good. Hello, hello out there in internet land. Hello, Young. Hello, Henry. AKA Dan. Hello, grumpy old Slam. Good to see you. Good to see you. Can someone let me know how I sound? Because, of course, I can't hear myself. Hello, Mark. Hungar. How are you doing, Hungar? Good to see you. Shadow, sir. I watched the award video. Thank you. Thank you. I am deeply honored. I'd like to, on behalf of the whole cast and crew, I'd like to thank our producer. I'd like to thank the writers. Thank you very much for the Wholesomeness Award. That's lovely. Thank you. Hello, Wiggins. How are you doing? Good. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you. In the hospital. Had surgery today. How'd it go, buddy? How'd it go? I hope you bounced back with your usual humor and grace. Hello, Bob. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope and hello, Jay. I'm doing well. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Good thing I might need another surgery in a couple of days. Oh, good heavens. How many does that make now? Yeah, you're taking more than your fair share of surgeries here, buddy. I tell you, I'm sure you'd be happy to give some back. I'm sure. Hello, Michael. What Horus has Dan sent you? Well, that's the question. I do know what's in the box. I did see pictures ahead of time, and I think probably some of you have if you follow the right Facebook pages. But nonetheless, I think for some it will be a surprise, and I've never seen them, of course, in person. Hello, Anchorites Cat. I won the Wholesomeness Award. I did, as wholesome as I am. You don't know me very well, do you? Anyway, 37 in 3 years. Oh, Hungar, you're going to get the Frankenstein stitched together award. You're going to be you're going to the Darth Vader award. He's more surgery than mad now. God bless you, buddy. God bless you. So I'm just letting people trickle in here. You're not buying. Oh, I'm glad. I have some reputation left. My heavens, I look positively British here. My collar looks downright off-white compared to my face. See, if I do this, I can't read the comments, so I have to have the glasses on, which means I have reflection and glare. But you'll deal with it, won't you? You won't be able to see my beautiful jewel blue eyes. So, we are a couple of things I want to repeat because some people had missed the New Year's Day live stream where I made the announcement, although it's also now up as a community post. Claricon, the dates were announced, October 25th through the 27th. That's a Friday through a Sunday, October 27th. Claricon 2024 is happening. So be there or just be perfectly fine, but not at Claricon. It's a lot of fun, though, and if you can make it, it would be fabulous to see you. I am hoping that we're going to have to use rooms over in the house this year, that we're going to need breakout space. It'll be so big. So none of us are as young as we used to be. Heaven knows that Wayne's World of Science and Technology, that I'd pay to see. That I'd pay to see. So much for the wholesomeness. Oh, well. Okay. So, tonight we have a couple of things to do. First of all, I wanted to remind you of the, and let anyone know who didn't know, the dates for Claricon. Again, October 25, 26, 27 of 2024 in sunny Glen Williams, Ontario. Also, I have a wonderful box to unbox, and we will do that in a moment. I actually have two boxes. One of them is things I bought. that I want to show off as well. And I'm kind of stalling to see if Dirty Basement Terrain shows up because I bought these things on his recommendation. But Lawrence, if you watch this later, I got these on your recommendation, and I'm not disappointed. Good recommendation. Um, but the most exciting, are the minis that Dan has painted up and sent. Yeah, which is going to be very cool. I'm unboxing a box. You're going to pull a box out of a box. Hello, Nordic Maelstrom. Good to see you. Being born at a very young age. Grumpy Old Slam was born at a young age. I was not. I was born a little old man. So, first things first, I'm going to tilt the camera so that you can see, and I'm going to show you the things that I ordered from Next Level Miniatures. And again, I got this from, I found out about them through Dirty Basement Terrain. Great channel. He had ordered some, and they are dirt cheap. I mean, really cheap. Even in Canadian bucks, they're cheap. Now, I have opened this, so it's not a surprise to me, but it's still pretty cool. Come down to the computer. And where will I put this? I don't really need a keyboard while doing this, do I? No, I'll put it over here someplace. If you hear crashing and a cat yowling, it's because I've dropped the keyboard. We don't own a cat, but that'll be. Had a Claricon to your calendar, Wayne's World. Fabulous. Only a half hour by a car. Oh, you're in London. Oh, lovely. Lovely. That's a beautiful thing about Ontario. Everything's named after someplace else. Next Level of Good Minis. Well, yeah. Next Level Miniatures, it's called. And if you Google that, you'll find it quite easily. Next Level Miniatures. So they are 25 millimeter, not 28. I thought, you know what? I thought when I opened it, they looked a little small, but they're not small enough to be completely out of place. They're a little small. And I ordered some, some hero kind of miniatures, and they do look a little short. But I think some of the other stuff I ordered will look perfectly fine. It won't matter what the size. Okay. So they just come in a bag and lots of tissue paper for free, and a bunch of bases. Not terribly exciting there. Got back into some of the 15 millimeter early war stuff. I gotta tell you right now, the 15 millimeter miniatures, people who paint those impress the heck out of me. Squirrel Hermit paints 15 millimeter miniatures, and it makes my eyes hurt just thinking about it. The website, no, we're still. I don't think it's even live anymore. The sign up website, I don't think it's live anymore. I pulled it down when 2023 was well and truly over. But I will do up a new one as we get a little closer. It's a little early to be putting it up now, but I will put up a new one. The sculpts are nice, but also heard they are super fragile, so be careful. I will be. Now, to remind you, this is not what came from Dan. This is what I bought myself. All my base are belong to me. Okay, Henry, I hope you get back on with a better connection. It's still up, is it? Well, okay. So no, it is not updated. It still says November. And it should also say 2023 on there. So it should be relatively apparent that you're looking at the wrong year. So what I've got here, and I'll just kind of hold them up. Oh, actually, you know what I did before? I may do that again. I'll have to do some monkeying around in the background that you can't see, because there's a way for me to get better images, better shots in. And that is now I do need the keyboard. This will be entertaining for you to watch me type. Won't that be fun? Yeah. Okay. I can actually invite myself on my phone, and then I can use my phone as a camera. That's better. That's a better idea. Okay. To watch a middle-aged man struggle with technology. That's a fun evening right there. Okay, gonna make sure that this is mute that. Okay. Enter studio. Oh, whoa. A little bit of feedback there. Okay. I will mute him here. So we have. How can I stop this thing from? I don't want to hear you. Don't want any. No sound. Okay. No, still gonna do it. For some reason, my phone won't let me. It won't let me mute it. Again, watch a middle-aged man struggle with technology. That'll be fun. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll just put it over someplace where it's not close enough to cause trouble. All right, folks. Let's do the other side. Okay. I'll get it sorted, I promise. All right. Wasn't that exciting? There was typing. Yes, there won't be a typing test. Does anyone hear the feedback on this echo? I can mute the microphone on the phone, but I can't mute its speaker. I've turned the volume on the phone down as far as I can, but it doesn't care. It keeps playing regardless, which is very strange. You are hearing an echo. Has it gotten any better? All right. I'll just get really close to the microphone so you hear me instead. Hello, Steve. Let's try muting StreamYard. Is that better? Well, I'm going to put these in front. So quality on them, the sculpts, is really quite good. There's some flashing to take off, but not bad. All right. And how do I make myself other way? Let's see. There we go. This is a cleric. And he's pretty good. I like that. And we have a this one sort of ghostly lich sort of character. This one wouldn't be bad even if the scale isn't quite right, because it's otherworldly. It doesn't have to be human scaled so much. There's flashing on the bottoms of almost all the bases, so I can't stand them up yet. I'm going to have to sand that off. I like this guy. He's pretty good. Come on, get into focus. There he is. Very heroic. Very heroic. I've got this fellow, a wizard of some variety, mage. I like him. I did get 2 of those guys, didn't I? So there's going to be trouble for the Heroes of Honeywood if I ever get around to painting them, which is a whole other question. I don't remember ordering this guy. I don't, but he's pretty cool. Are they resin or plastic? Henry, I don't even know the difference between those. That's how non-cool I am. I wouldn't know resin or plastic. It bit me on the nose. Yeah, wraiths of a sort, Jay. So 2 of them will be trouble. This guy with his book, and he is, it may have a bit hard to tell there, but he is skeletal in nature. And it would be better if he was a little bigger. Let's see if I got out because I had the feeling they were a little short. I did get a fuller sized mini to compare to. Okay. Put the book down. There we go. So yeah, he's short. He's a shorty, which is unfortunate. But again, for the price, it was almost nothing to order these. So here you could say, well, that's an elf. Elves are shorter. They're resin. Thank you, Shadow. Oh, I was going to be an NPC in your game? Oh, that'd be fabulous. Thank you. I remember that. You said that you were doing it. This one's another one that doesn't really matter. The size doesn't matter that much. Gargoyle. He's going to need a base, obviously. Okay, try not to cast a shadow on him here. We love shadow and sun, but throwing a shadow on the minis, not so much. Yeah. That guy's pretty cool. Again, the size is less important with the gargoyle. We've got a knoll. Here's a big knoll. And oh no, that's not a knoll. That's a werewolf. That's a werewolf. Their wolf. The knoll does have an arm. It's separate. I have to glue it on. So he's holding a sort of scrap wood shield. Pretty cool. And finally, there's 2 of them, but he fell off. Little spiders. I've always said that, like, I'm not gonna buy spiders when you know it okay, hang on. I always said I wasn't going to buy spiders and that kind of stuff when I can just go to the toy box and pull them out, but those are of a size, and again, they were like dirt cheap, so why not? All right, so that's the things I got from Next Level. Life size spiders. I really could just just invite some actual spiders from the house to crawl around on the game table. A runt leech, yeah, it's sort of it's 25 millimeter. Yeah, they're on the small side. But you know what? They still look pretty darn good. And again, for the ones, obviously the gargoyle doesn't really matter if it's a little small, a little big. Even the wraith lich kind of things, you know what? That it's not that big of a deal. The knoll is, I think he was probably a little compared to the humans. He's a little oversized to start with. I generally wouldn't play gnolls quite that big. So I think they're only a 2-hit dice monster in Beckme. They're only a 2-hit dice monster in Beckme, so I wouldn't play them that big. So it makes sense. Were Coyote, there you go. Were Coyote. So those were the ones that I bought. Now we're going to get on to the ones sent by Dan. Okay. Here's the box. And my trusty, yet still somewhat dull knife. There used to be a guy who drove around the neighborhood sharpening knives, and you'd hear him coming, and I gather then everyone would run out to get their knives sharpened the way kids would go to get ice cream, but he hasn't been around in a while. Ooh. All right. It's very colorful. Okay, aha! You use the toilet paper tube technique someone was telling you about. Was I a Boy Scout or just the boys? The boys, the older 2 are Boy Scouts, or they're just Scouts now. They don't. Scouts Canada doesn't have Boy or Girl Scouts; they just have Scouts. And I was a Cub Scout back in the day. And okay. All right. So my Touchberry and Fleetwood are Boy Scout or Scouts, and Bob Johnny is a Cub. Okay. All right. Drum roll from folks as we unroll. Ooh, he's heavy. This is not plastic. Oh my. Okay, we do have a little piece off there. It's his foot. It's his foot. I can glue that guy back on. Okay. I should get the Claricam set up again. There. And this guy, this will be impressive to see on Claricam because he's a big boy. He's a big boy. And we'll go with the solo. There we go. He's a monster. Hey, good night, Wayne. It's a girl, Pink. It's a girl. So he did lose a foot there, Dan. To let you know, we got one, but that is not a difficult fix. That is a bit of super glue and a modicum of patience. Who invited the troll? Well, it was Dan. Henry here in the chat. That looks very cool. That is very cool. Look at that. Just brute. It's troll or goblin or trollish to me. He is really, really cool. A face only a mother could be afraid of. Yeah, there we go. What a... Come on now. You must focus. There you go. Can I get it to stand up is the question. There we go. That will do. Okay. So it has it broke before and you had to repair it. Okay, so it's a habitual. He's got foot problems, maybe diabetes. He's got some troubles with his foot. A river troll. He looks awesome, Dan. He looks absolutely awesome. Look at the foliage on the base too. Quite apart from the mini, the paint job on the mini is fantastic. I wonder if I can get. No, it won't let me turn the flashlight on. I was wondering if I could get the flashlight turned on it. Yeah, paint job on that thing is just fantastic. Not that the camera wants to show it to you. Come on, camera. Android just updated their cameras and it has messed so much up. Cool, very cool. I'm going to try the other camera just to see if let's see if I can get him in this shot. You know what? This is almost better because the monitor lights him up. Very cool. Spines on the back. Neat. Super glue and baking soda. Delicious. Yeah, the camera just refuses to focus. That little one, it doesn't like. It's afraid. It's too afraid of a river troll. Okay, what are we getting here? Oh, I know which one this is. I'm going to be terribly careful with this. I want to get him out, but I don't want to hurt him in the process. If I can see it, that might help a little bit. There we go. Dan, you did an excellent job of packing these. They are extremely safe. Even the camera knows better than to focus on a troll. That- cut that away. There we go. A little bit of separation. Don't have separation anxiety, though. Over here, too. He's in there. Okay. The old Hero Quest monsters. There you go. There we are. Let's peel it apart. Oof. I understand why you wrapped it like this, though, because this is a protruding bit on this guy. Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Here we are. Whoa. It's a big pillow fight. Hey, can I hit you with this? What material are these made out of, Henry? They feel like the weight feels like metal, but I don't know. It feels like it's something other, like a resin or something. Let's see. Find the end of it. Don't fall over. You remember the scar? There it is. Oh man. I guess it is a creative anachronism. Those big foam covered weapons. And there's so much attention given to the armor, and then, the weapon has to be covered in foam to meet safety standards. And it blows the whole thing. Okay. Why will you not come out to play? There we go. Pewter. Wow. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I'll try him on the other camera and see if it does any better focusing on him. Oh, man. Let's see. To the stage. Go solo. Okay, kick the comment out of the way so we can see. Now you need to focus. Focus, young Padawan. Does not want to focus on him either. Look at that, though. Woof. Flailing about, yes. Rattan. Oh, okay. That is wicked cool. Beautiful detail. Yes, further to the comment that you had on a Facebook post there, Dan, I think, yes, this guy is going to have some sort of this guy's going to have some sort of special attack with a saving throw for an area attack. It'll be the 5 feet around him, 5-foot radius around him. Pretty cool. Maybe a white sheet of paper to the module. It's actually not a module. It's the Complete Adventurer. It's some Supplement. Okay. I have nothing but drawn on pieces of paper. Here we go. It's a supplement that gives all sorts of extra character options. Come on, stand up, will you? Here we go. It's for, you know what? No, it's actually for another game. Yeah, spelled the complete spelling is strange. It's a for some other, I think, Bard, some other game. I've never heard of it before. So I have a supplement for a game I don't play and don't even know about. It was a gift, a Christmas gift, part of a haul of Dragon magazines and White Dwarf magazines from my brother-in-law. Yeah, that is much better, isn't it? I should bring the River Troll back out to party. So you can see them both. Cool, cool, cool. This guy in particular just screams cruelty. This is an orc here, my friends. This orc is yeah, good call, definitely. Whoever did that, I missed who was suggesting it, but good call. The complete enchanter stories. Okay. The strange spelling comes from there. It was Grumpy Old Slam. Good call on that, Grumpy. Hello, Cal. So Cal's asking where the models come from, where these are from. That should be an orc NPC. The boss orc. Yes, he is definitely the boss orc. He is definitely the boss orc. Old GW, Old Games Workshop. Fabulous. I do need a brighter light, you know that, but I have no source of light here where my computer is. And unfortunately, maybe if I put the stage in a different configuration. Oh, don't. If I put the stage in a different configuration, I can probably manage it. And then if I, yeah. Okay, hang on. I thought of this before, would have been good. Get it properly set up. Oh, other way, not the room, not the messy room. My heavens, what a mess. Like the tour of our family room. Okay, that's better. That's the business, or closer to the business. There we go. That was torturously long, but Mordrak the Flailing, renowned in the Orklands for being drunk before going into battle and flailing about with his flail. Yes, I could get Touchberry down here to light a fire. Unfortunately, he's tucked away in bed. This guy's going to creep in just for scale to show how truly terrifying these guys are going to be. Get this guy off stage there a little bit. All right. Yeah, that's better light. Still not fabulous, but it's better. Okay. And I'm going to go with the tearing down the center of the cardboard. It's not a pile of shame. It is a pile of possibilities. All right. This one's unwrapping a little easier. Ooh. Da, da, da. Ooh, drop him. Move the troll off. The stage is getting a little crowded. We have an orc swordsman there. Very nice. You can see showing off the fall fashions. I guess the winter fashions now. All the best dressed orcs will be wearing chainmail and red tunics. And double wielding. I guess that is what true professionals do. Yeah, you know what Road March was? One thing we didn't do at the first Claricon was use minis at the table. There was sort of enough chaos going on, and the table was massive. That was the other thing. The table was huge. But I probably will, well, maybe. Come on. Dan, I'm going to say you've got a career in packing for shipping, but don't ever pack parachutes, okay? Don't ever pack parachutes. Yes, the table was a bunch of tables. There we go. Well, we had 10 people playing the Poisoned Well, which was crowded but merry. It was a lot of fun. Okay. Oh, here's another of these guys. Yeah. Ah. Very, very cool. This guy's getting a little nervous being on stage. I'm gonna take him off. You got the idea of the scale by now. Roar. Let's see. So this one I could parachute with. This one I could parachute with. I say as if I've ever parachuted. Never even thought, just the thought of it gives me the heebie-jeebies. We're always telling Touchberry that of the many things, he could be anything he wants to in the world, but never a firefighter. Getting out the door is a process. Oh, an orc archer. He has just loosed an arrow. Here. Nice. Nice. These are spectacular. Good stuff. So we have, 117 military jumps. Road, God bless you. And thank you for your service. I have to say, it would require a drill sergeant of some sort to get me out of a plane. I might just go for the court martial. I have a distinct fear of heights. I get a tingly feeling in my feet when I watch a video of someone who's high up. So, 133. Thank you, Steve. Yes, more red and chainmail. It's all the rage now. This, I don't know. That other guy might be the boss, but this guy's giving boss vibes to me. Like the other guy's the bruiser, but I might even, I don't know though. I think for orcs, strength is authority. But there's definitely his lieutenant, you know. This guy. And he has. Let's. I want to look at it with my own eyes. Okay, that's like a plate on his strap on his back there. Excellent. You know what? That just might happen. That just might happen. Cool. Knick-knack, I agree. It's common sense, but when I'm watching a video, that's not common sense. That's just, that's just cowardice. That's what that is. That's just fear of heights. No, really, there's a fabulous videos of a guy named Fred Dibna, Dibnah. If you ever find them, check him out. Fred Dibna. He's a steeplejack. He goes up and he repairs old brick chimneys. And I love the videos. He's fabulous to watch. He's a one of a kind. I mean, they broke the mold on this man. But I get my feet tingle watching it. He goes up without any safety equipment, just climbs a ladder up the side of this thing. It's crazy. Red makes orcs go faster. Excellent. Well, these are pretty fast orcs then. I think it makes sense though, right? Red blood. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm going to turn off the camera because the echo is starting to drive me nuts. Okay. Why is it still on? Okay. I'm not going to kick guest. I'm going to. Okay. There we go. No more echo. I'm going to come back up. Boom, 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 boom. I have been thinking about lore lately, about what, the various tribes of goblinoids, especially because there are a lot of them, and how to distinguish them, what differences there are, right? They are indeed ready to sign up and attack players. Yes, he did. Knick-knack. He was absolutely fabulous. I mean, just salt of the earth, genuine, very intensely cool, Frank Dibna. But the so I was thinking about the various tribes of sort of goblinoid creatures, and so I very much have already established goblins as inventors, tinkerers, and with a sort of a somewhere leading toward the sort of ethos of the Gremlins in the Gremlins movie, right? But not as chaotic. They like mischief, and they're a little bit like that, but they're not as chaotic. They're not as utterly wild. And hobgoblins are far more sophisticated. I'm thinking of them somewhere between goblins and humans, very calculating, very intelligent, very organized, very military. The orcs occupy that spot of they actually have the destructive rage of the gremlins, but without the cleverness that the gremlins had. They're brutal. They're pure chaos embodied. That's how I'm playing with them. They are highly destructive, the gremlins in the movies, but they're clever about it, right? They use tools, and they like explosions and things like that. And of course, gremlins, the sort of mythos of the gremlin is that it gets into machinery and tinkers with it and breaks it, right? So my gremlins are they like building the crazy stuff, but only if it is destructive. They like building weapons. They would never build something crazy that was useful or constructive. They would build things that are destructive. I do, and we've played to a point where we know that they did have some rudimentary farming. They had some rudimentary animal husbandry going on. because we've played far past where the videos are. So we know a little bit about them. They would have some structure of civilization. Orcs, no structure of civilization. They would not farm to save their lives. They will keep slaves who do that. That's more an orc kind of thing, or they'd simply subjugate some other people to do it, right? Not necessarily slaves, but in a tributary sort of relationship, because they couldn't grow food to save their lives. My orcs, they wouldn't have any plant they planted would die. You know, they may have literally green thumbs, but they don't have green thumbs at all. Um, no capacity for helping life or bringing life into being. I actually wanted to show you. So I've done this. I wanted to show you something about the map. Because I think it's pretty cool. Because I think it's cool because I'm doing it. So here's Honeywood, base of my campaign. The Elven Woods is here. This is where Fleetwood and Bob Johnny, and originally Sleekfoot, the third elf, that's Touchberry's original character, came out of there. And so the first human settlement they come to is Honeywood here in the north. And of course, when I first designed this, I designed this area. I had no idea that it was the north. That came later. And of course, the river goes up to the keep, and the road that goes up to the keep. This is their sort of immediate area. Right now, where they are is across the water. Here are the Gende people. That's the village they stayed in, and they went out to Giant's Tomb Island, which is too small to be on the map, but it's out here. This is where the goblins currently are. That's formerly the kobold lair. The goblins kicked the kobolds out. The kobolds went and found these abandoned caves down here. The gnolls did. Hrothgar's Eyes is here. This is that mysterious castle that the skeleton crew of the boat went to after they visited Giant's Tomb Island. I have no idea what's happening there. It's just a potential space. Then they came up this way and they chose this branch. And I think where the videos left off, they're around in here. They're around in here. Skane says he would wait for them in this valley. And there's where Morag is. And by this lake. All to come. But going south, I can't see your comments right now, by the way, because I'm sharing screen, so I can't actually see the thing. Going south, the road, I'm pointing at the screen like that, man, like you can see that. The road comes down here, quite straight down to Kilmarnock or the river, which they've taken a number of times, down into the marshes, where it splits out into just marshy ground. This is where Herod's tomb was, and the lizard man temple was in the middle of this. That's where their lair was. But they've moved because the weather was so cold. And you can come down to Kilmarnock in the North March, the Reach. These are the villages and towns. These are the larger towns that surround Kilmarnock. And west from Kilmarnock, you come up northwest is the Shire. And then north from that, there's some 3 different major towns in the Shire. And north from that, you come to Linfawr, the Dwarven realm. The Dwarven encampment was here. The halflings were camped over there during the war. And this is the pass that Skane the giant first came down. And it leads back to this valley. But the reason I wanted to show you this is that there was one encounter with orcs. That happened when the gang was going down to see the skeleton, and they had come out of Honeywood and come down this grassland to the east of the marshes. And this way, there is a gap in the hills and mountains. The hills break for a little bit where the elven forest is, but there's mountains that even come down into the forest. There were some orcs poking around at this gap in the mountains. If you go down, and now we've entered the realm. This realm south of Kilmarnock is the Baron of Comoic's area in the Riverlands. And that's where the Vale of the Blade, this little notch, the Vale of the Blade is a separate independent barony. And of course, the party came through to the now abandoned pass where the skeletal knight was guarding. But to the east of those mountains lays an orcish fortress here, and they have laid waste to this whole area. And so these grasslands and other lands to the east, that's orcish territory. So that's where the orcs are going to come from. And there's been a long sort of tension between the two fortresses of the Vale of the Blade and the Orcish Fortress. I need a new graphic for the Orcish Fortress, but it's a placeholder for now because we're not over there. Incidentally, Camoik here, coming down to Camoik, and then going back north up a tributary of the river. They come to Woodburn, and the werebears were in here. We're in that area. And let's see, for people who are playing the game on Saturdays, patrons who are playing the game on Saturdays, south of the Vale of the Blade, you come to this area where that game is happening in somewhere in here. I'm not exactly precise. It's somewhere in here, though. And the game that was played, The Poisoned Well, happened down in here. Here's the town they were at, and the river goes up into the hills, and it's somewhere in here that the shrine was. Just to kind of put things in perspective of the world. So yeah, our goblins live, zooming way back up, our goblins are currently here. Their original home is where the dragon has taken over. And the orcs, as I say, are down here next to the Vale of the Blade. And hobgoblins, I don't know where they'll be. I don't quite know where the hobgoblins will be. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go up on some comments because I couldn't see them when I was looking at the map. Who will be the orcs' slaves? It is one large orc tribe or numerous tribes. Are they allied or at odds with each other? That has yet to be decided, Nordic. I generally tend to lay down the train tracks just before the train rolls over them. So I haven't actually decided that. The program is HexTML, as it says up there in the corner. HexTML, it is a good program. It's a little clunky. The roads and rivers are really very clunky. You'll notice in places where I've got the road way over here because you can't lay. If I tried to lay it in the same hex as this river, it would overlay the river. What I really mean is for the road to be kind of along the river, but it just won't do that. So there's limitations to it, but you know what? For my purposes, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, Henry, I don't know when you bounced, but I'm glad that you were able to come in and watch. I love the minis; they're fabulous. Yeah. So Steve, it is the HexTML. It's a website, and you can use it for free. I gather if you pay for it, there's a few features that get unlocked. Maybe more flexible rivers and roads. Let's see. Happy New Year to you, Christopher Sims. Happy New Year to you. So, okay. So that's the map, and I wanted to show you that because obviously the shipment was orcs, and so to know where these guys live and what kinds of things will end up happening in order to to run into them. Also, you may know if you watched another live stream, you may know that Painting Minis Live. Why do I have these on? Nobody else is on stream. I don't need these. I've been wearing them the entire time. It's ridiculous. You may know that Painting Minis Live sent a whole bunch of skellies. And if you were paying attention to the Poison Well adventure that was played at Claricon, you'll know that there was some army of undead raised in that area. So the heroes will be meeting them. So that's those minis. And sure enough, Greg sent me some minis as well, and a few of them have already made their way into the game and will be in not the episode I'm editing now, but the next episode after that. And Grumpy Old Slan sent some minis, and they have appeared in as Gende villagers, that village on the Northern Sea, on the north side of the Northern Sea. So all these things are getting in there, right? So they do make their way in. It sometimes takes a while because players have this annoying tendency to go where they want to go, not where the DM wants them to go. And so you set a big army up, and then the players say, "Ah, we're going to go the other way. We're going to go have a sandwich," you know. But it's quite cool. Some of the new computer world building gaming programs are cool to check out. I've not heard of those. I've not heard of those at all. I find HexTML again. It's not real flexible, and flexibility is generally my go-to thing. But you know what? It's good enough for what I need it for, right? It does what I need it to do. Anyway, so that is my unboxing. Huge thank you to Dan for the fabulous orc raiding party coming to a campaign near you. Coming soon to a campaign near you. He doesn't want to focus. He just wants to come in and hit me. Yeah, absolutely cool. And awesome. So I think I'm going to wrap up soon here. Just want to repeat once more. ClariCon 2024 is happening October 25, 26, 27. I'm announcing it early. I will shut up about it for a while until it gets closer and people are actually in a place where they know what they're doing and whether or not they can register and come out to it. But it is happening, and we're hoping to blow the lid off the parish hall and have to use the house as breakout space. So that would be fabulous if we had to use the parish house for that. That's not this house; it's the one next to the church. Yeah. So cool. I'm glad everyone. It's good to see all you folks out in chat. It's really good to see you there. I am working on the editing, and it's one of the reasons I want to wrap up now, so I can give some of this evening to editing the next recap. I'm probably about a third to a half of the way through it, so it should be out in the next couple of days, depending on how much attention I can give to it. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Thanks all for coming, and I'll see you on the flip side. See you all.